A happy New Year's Eve to you. Today, the last Sunday segment message: choose or choosing the right side. There are always, and I mean always, a right side to everything in word, thought, and deed. This automatically advises your feelings, that is, how we feel about something or someone. Did you know "I feel good" statement can become more than a temporary band-aid type of statement? Indeed, it can really become a way of life for you, a dream realized, a wish come true. Also, did you know sometimes for some persons, changing lanes could change the course of the whole journey in this adventure we call life? Recently, someone said to me, Rev, or I think some they call me Apostle as well. Why are you always talking about life? I want to hear about God. I only want to hear about Jesus. At this, and at first, it was really a shock for me, honestly. But later on, looking back over this person's and our previous conversations, I soon noted that most of those conversations were full of ditches, halls of fears and doubts, longings, frustrations, a darkened soul trial. You see, this person had mainly chosen to think and speak gloom, or in other words, to speak about death, about almost everything and anyone. The threads of our conversation were almost about what hadda, what coulda, and what woulda. Almost never what is in the present tense, good, right, and pleasant. Do you find that you are always fearful about the future? Worry that you might fail? Thinking mainly about how you might possibly lose out? Do you find that you constantly equate your value to what others think about you? And then when you measure yourself by their scores, does it make you feel intimidated or diminished because you think that others are better than you? Or do you think maybe that they're thinking bad about you? Perhaps you might even be living in that big name shadow of someone with a great name. And I'll be sharing more on that in the Watch Night outgoing service for the new year. Tomorrow is a new day. A today. Tomorrow will be a today like no other. Why? That's a great question. Because the earth has never been marked 2024 before. Well, except only as a promise and a hope. Did you know that it's not enough to hold on to a promise, but what is surely enough is to make the promise a reality? That's the real flex. That is what counts. One writer wrote, "Hope thou in God." Another writer wrote, "I am standing on the promises of Christ my Savior." These aren't dreamy words or mere cliche. They must become our reality. We've got to make the promises our reality, or life will be only that, just a promise one dreams always but never being fulfilled. But how do you do it, you ask me? How do you and I fulfill these promises and bring them into our life, into our everyday experiences and expressions? Well, in our everyday thinking and processing. Processing your thoughts produces a life to treasure. Please, my friends, don't waste time. Time is precious, and we are loaned each day. That's why we are given each day. We're loaned today, and pray God have another day that is on loan tomorrow. To realize this one thing, that's right. That is exactly why you are given this opportunity to live over and over each day. You are given life to produce quality life, not by virtue in terms of physical health. but as a spiritual location. Life in the right lane makes everything hopeful and possible. To be full of hope, which never leaves you ashamed. Listen to me, and please never forget this. If you remember nothing else about LU Life Church segments, remember this, please. And it is this: as long as you are in hope, there's a chance. While you're alive, that is for you. As long as you hold to that thing, it is possible in the right side, on the right side, of course, and in the right lane, of course. You see, on the right side, even the left turns are right. What I mean by that, they are the right attitudes which are correct. Therefore, the outcomes are pleasant and easier to bear, to grasp, and to handle. I like these Christ words. It said, "My burden is light." In the New Year's message tomorrow, we'll be hearing more about the light way. But for the rest of today, these last few hours in 2023, let's make them spectacular. How? Create opportunities in your minds and hearts to produce your dreams so that they become a reality. Choose life today. In fact, always choose life. How do you do that? How do I do that, you ask? Just by saying so. Think it. The way you will never go wrong. This way, honestly, if you just think, "I'm choosing life," just saying those words, "I choose life today." And think it, really think it. "I'm choosing life today," just by saying it. This way, you will never go wrong. When you choose life as the way to go forward, a way will be made, even in your mess. I am telling you now, you are going to have to go through. Yeah, coming year maybe, you have to go through some dark places, some empty moments, some impossible choices, literally taking you through the valley of the shadows of death at times. But here, in all these things, I really, really tell you, fear no evil. Because when you say, "I choose life," I choose life as God, you will be protected. You just have to think and say those words. "I choose life. I choose life as God." So you will be protected, you'll become blessed. The only ingredient, I call it the secret ingredient, the only requirement lies in your continuum. By that, you see, most people make a decision today, and 2 minutes later, they turn their back on it and go back to their old ways. For instance, when the media announces something other than the decision that you have made to choose life as God, just see how quick your hopes get shaken by the media. But if you hold on in there to your quality decision to continue, then a way will be made automatically for you. As long as you're on the right side. The right side is always pleasant, even even if in the actuality of the circumstances it might look a little different. So there's difficult situations coming up, and so it presses into your faith. Can I really say I'm choosing life in this? Yes. It might not feel pleasant, but knowing is the knowing that choosing life as God is going to take you through. Then a way will be made. Yes, your faith makes the difference on how you experience life, my friend. So, in conclusion, I encourage you to get in the right lane and on the right side. Say, "I'm going to eat right. I'm going to sleep right. I'm going to feel right. I'm going to look right. I'm going to be right." Then push that big red button on your faith words and watch as the new year dawns. Watch the shadows flee away. This may sometimes mean losing some so called friends, shedding a few pounds, leaving unfinished business till another day in order that we might get some good sleep. It might even mean learning to go deeper and loving more instead of going through a divorce for some people. Or maybe it might look like singing or listening to new lyrics which are not so strewn with filth. Yes, it may mean going a lot deeper than even your skin color this year. It very well could be that you are able to leave the shackles of the harsh memories of enslavement to creating a new story instead of staying frozen back in time in the hell of injustice. Choose life. That choice is in your tongue. So speak to your brokenness today. Speak words of hope. You see, our brokenness needs a new language, which only our voices can teach or reach, my dear. This is your lifetime chance for a win win. I love you. Stay well. Be courageous. Love life. Love God. Choose life every time. I pray rich blessing and a mega fest of opportunities for you and yours in this coming year. I hope, I pray that you will have a wonderful new year. I'm your host, Reverend Dr Dawnecia Palmer, here at LU Life Church, your global spiritual community portal. To donate, go to the PayPal link in the description box below or directly to the PayPal website. And there you can make your gift out to lulifechurch@gmail.com. Leave us a comment, subscribe if you have not yet done so, and please, please pass this on. Thank you, and a happy new year to you. Please don't forget to join us just before midnight in the link which I will put in the description box, where we will be starting our service at 11 o'clock and we'll end in time for you to make your calls bang on midnight. Until then, a happy new year to you.